Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel McLaughlin and welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a like down below, it lets me know that you enjoyed this style of video and it helps me deliver quality content week after week. So I've been playing guitar for over a decade, and during that time I've plateaued a lot, I've neglected practice. Quite frankly, there have been times that I've just never improved. And those are tough times because when you're not improving, you're getting worse. So in this video I want to talk about 5 things that may be holding back your guitar improvement. Let's get into it. Now the first one is time or timing. Now having great time is the easiest way to sound like you know what you're doing. It's the easiest way to sound really good really quickly. And to be honest, good time is pretty easy to achieve. Anyone who listens to music or who has played an instrument probably has a decent sense of time. But great time is something that takes a lot of time with the metronome to refine. Sometimes it takes a lot of tedious hours just doing 2s and 4s with a metronome to get really good time. A really refined time comes from a good internal clock. It comes from a good sense of rhythm, and it comes from a good sense of time feel, just making the music feel good. Actually, an old professor of mine, Paul Jackson Jr., used to just say, play whatever you want just as long as you make it feel good. I've learned in the last couple years that things like polyrhythms and odd time signatures can really help that time come along. I also have a video on some of my favorite timing exercises that's right up here if you want to check it out. Alright, number 2 is kind of a personal opinion of mine, and it's something that could get me in some hot water for saying this. But hear me out. It's playing in the style of the genre that you're playing. If you're playing rock music, play rock licks. If you're playing jazz, play some jazz lines. So now genre bending is a thing, and it's something that comes with artistry and something that comes with having a voice on the instrument. But a lot of the times I notice that comes from knowing the rules to be able to break the rules. Doing huge blues rakes over like a bossa nova song where you're supposed to be playing gentle, or playing sweeps over like a jazz ballad. These are things that if you pull off can actually sound pretty cool, but you gotta be really cautious. Or you might be really successful without paying any attention to these genre definitions. I mean, it's music, and it has no rules, so all the power to you if you're able to pull it off. So topic number 3 is not transcribing. Transcribing is probably the healthiest thing you can do as a musician. Transcribing is getting to know a language. Music is a language. We speak in sentences and phrases. We don't just speak in words. So if you just learn the words, if you just learn the notes, you're not going to be a very good conversationalist, whereas if you learn sentences and how to properly construct a sentence, you learn to speak a language. Transcribing can also be really good for things like ear training, tone production, time feel, theory. I bet you can make it pretty far in having the bulk of your practice just be transcribing lines from songs you're interested in or styles that you're interested in. Keep in mind, it doesn't need to be whole solos. It can be certain licks, it can be phrases, it can be articulations. You can transcribe tone if you wanted to. Each transcription can have a goal you're looking to accomplish. It doesn't necessarily just need to be a daunting task of writing down and duplicating a whole solo and putting it into your notation software. That can be a lot, and some of us are just not built for doing all that. Alright, so number 4 is holding your guitar pick too loose. This is a bit of a stretch, but it's minutia. These are the small things that might hold you back. I know personally, I did have trouble with holding my guitar pick too loose, and I still do. I just need to remind myself to tighten up my grip sometimes. And guess what? My time gets better, my tone gets better, I don't drop the pick. But these small little refinements are things that you may not notice because you've been playing in the same way for all these years. Things like putting your guitar out of tune by pushing down way too hard on the strings. Dragging your strumming can really make you sound sloppy. These tiny little things are reason enough to have a really good private instructor who is looking for these kinds of problems. Someone who can diagnose these issues on a personal basis. Everybody plays guitar differently, everybody has different bodies, so everybody kind of approaches the playing style a little bit differently. And number 5 is confidence. Strong and wrong, baby. That's something I used to hear in college a lot. Strong and wrong, you know? If you can't play it, you can still sell it, and a lot of the times people attach to the confidence rather than the skill. I think there's reason to believe that a confident, almost landed it might sound a little bit better than a perfectly refined machine of playing guitar. I mean, think about how we react to blues players compared to, like, the most heavy shredders of all time. The shredders are always gonna nail it, but it might not be as impressive as like a really soulful blues player that's just going for what they don't think they can get. Strong and wrong, baby. I mean, Buddy Guy has made his career based around this. Obviously, confidence comes from being comfortable in your playing as well as the situation that you're in. So you could be comfortable in your practice room, but maybe not on stage. But confidence is a mindset and something that you can have in the back of your mind. It's also something you can practice. You absolutely can practice confidence. Strong and wrong, baby. So those are 5 things that are holding your guitar playing back. I would say in addition to all 5 of these too, never be complacent with yourself. I know 90-year-old guitar players who are still practicing every day. And when you ask them why they're still practicing, you know what they say? Because I think I'm finally starting to get this figured out. So don't be complacent. Always look for room to improve. But don't practice too hard. As always, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. If you can think of any bottlenecks in playing, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let's talk about them. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Strong and wrong, baby.